Hey, what's up guys? Austin here from ABBDrums.com. So over the past couple months, I've been working a lot on different movement patterns around the drums to build up more fluidity and speed. And I have one here for you to work on that's pretty interesting, but a little bit tricky. Now, when I say movement pattern, I specifically mean a pattern of playing continuous single strokes around the drums that has a repeating pathway of motion. You can play movements around to the right, movements around to the left. You can go side to side, up and down. There's really a ton of potential variations there just within that simple parameter of single strokes. So the pattern we're going to work on starts with us moving around to the right, and the pattern itself is really only 8 notes long. So we got 2 on the snare, 2 on the rack, 3 on the floor tom, and then 1 back on the snare. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then that just repeats over and over. Now what we're going to do with that is we're actually going to phrase it in 16th note triplets. And if we take one measure of 16th triplets, that has 24 total notes in it. And since this pattern is 8 notes long, if we just cycle it 3 times in a row, then that's going to equal 24 notes. So it all fits nicely into one measure. Let's try that out nice and slow at 40 beats per minute just to see how that works out. So it kind of has this over the bar line feel to it, but it's not really, because it always resolves on the 1 of each measure. If we were playing in 8th note triplets, it would be going over the bar line, but in 16th triplets, it's more like it's just kind of going over the beat lines within one measure, which is why it feels kind of tricky to keep track of. Now, the second half of this pattern is to invert that and play cycles around to the left. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, repeated over and over. What we can do now is combine those 2 patterns together and play them seamlessly back to back to turn this into more of a longer form exercise. So the first measure is 3 cycles to the right, second measure is 3 cycles to the left. Let's go ahead and put all that together and see how that works out. When you try this out, one thing I recommend you try to do is keep a pulse going with the left foot. At slower tempos, you can keep all the 8th notes going, but at higher tempos, you might want to switch to a quarter note. But I always recommend keeping a pulse with the left foot underneath exercises like this, because it's going to help to build up more independence and give you a more solid hold on the time. So give that a shot if you can. But let's go ahead and play this at some higher tempos and turn this into a nice little workout. All right, guys, spend some time with that one, see how you get along with it. It can be a little bit tricky to execute, but once you get it down, It flows nicely, and it's really good exercise to build up more fluidity and speed around the drums. If you want to go further with this concept, I have a full course available called Moving Around the Kit, where we go a lot deeper into this concept and explore a lot more patterns just like this one. You can access that from the links below, or just head over to abbdrums.com. But thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.